Hello, Facebook friends. I wanted to give you a vibrant thought for the day. Do you ever struggle when God is asking you to take a step of faith, but you're not sure when it's wise to actually step forward or when you have enough information to step forward? Well, one of my favorite stories in the Bible is when the Israelites come to the Jordan River and they're supposed to be crossing over into the Promised Land. And it's the second time that they've crossed over. The first time, fear got in the way and they chose not to. And they stayed in the desert for 40 years until that generation had died out, basically. And the next generation came to the Jordan River with a second chance to step into the Promised Land. And the Jordan River was at flood stage. Like, it was an angry river. I don't know if you've ever seen a river at flood stage, but they're kind of freaky and you don't want to go swimming. There's trees floating past and all sorts of stuff, and there's no way you can safely cross them. And the Lord asked the priests to take the Ark of the Covenant and go in front of the Israelites and step into the water and begin to cross. Now, if I had been one of the Israelites, it's very likely that I would have been like, you part the waters and I'll step in. And the Lord was like, nope, it doesn't work like that. You step into the waters and I part them. And that's so true for our lives. A lot of my life I struggled with fear and just being consumed by fear and paralyzed by fear. And the Lord would ask me to step forward in something in my life, and I would be like, submit the 5-year plan, and if I approve, I'll take a step. And the Lord would chuckle in a very nice way and be like, no, it doesn't work like that. Because He's all about us learning faith and like growing our faith muscles in Him. And so He's like, no, I need you to take the step of faith, and then I part the waters, and then the provision comes, and then the doors open, and then things happen, because He's all about building our faith and our trust in Him. And so I just wanted to encourage you today, if there's an area of your life that you feel like the Lord's asking you to step out in faith, it doesn't make logical sense necessarily, but you know that the Lord is asking you to do something, I want to encourage you, take that step. Take that step and see what He will do when you trust Him and trust that He is faithful. And I can tell you from many experiences in my life, like, God is faithful, God is trustworthy, and you can rely on Him. And so take that step of faith, step into whatever He's calling you to take that step in, and see what He's going to do as it unfolds. But He often asks us to use those muscles and grow our faith by taking that step before we see how it's all going to work out. And it's just like the Israelites went the first time when they got to the Red Sea, and they had never heard of this happening before. You know, the Israelites coming to the Jordan at least had in their history that the Lord had parted waters before. But the first time they came to the waters, they had none of that. And they were stuck between a mountain, an army that wanted to kill them, and the sea. And the Lord said, I've got this covered. And rightfully so, they were going, you've got what covered? We are surrounded on 3 sides. There is absolutely no way out. And I just want to encourage you that God has Red Sea options that you've never thought of, that you've never heard of, that you've never seen before, that don't make any logical sense, that don't make any physical sense, because all of a sudden the Red Sea parts and they're able to walk through on dry ground. Like, what? That had never happened before in this world. And so just know that when you feel like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, there's no way out, there's nothing logically that can be done, God has Red Sea options you've never thought of. So I encourage you, step forward in faith, trust God. He is trustworthy and good. If you need help with something that you're facing and you need some support and just to be able to talk through it emotionally and work through some things where you feel stuck in fear or paralyzed with fear, contact me at vibrantlifeconsulting.com. I love helping people walk through, break through, and get past fear, because it's something that I had to work on in my life. And so I would encourage you, give me a call. Have a wonderful, vibrant day. Bye-bye.